Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough.
This light. It's so warm.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit.
Aqua. Ven. I wonder if we'll ever be a team again. Looks like all the things that once held us together just push us further away. And now the light has led me here. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, slow down! Would you just wait for me? Giving up already? Come on, Sora. I can't run anymore.
Light. Was I guided here in order to meet that boy?
Oh, ahoy! We're over here! Riku, race ya! First one to the boat gets to be captain. Come on! You call that running? Hey, did you come from the outside world?
Huh? Why would you say that?
Because nobody lives out here. And I know you're not from the main island.
Smart kid. So how about you? What are you doing here?
Oh, my friend's dad took us out on the boat. This is where we like to play. But they won't let us row out here by ourselves. Not until we get older.
Must be hard, huh? Stuck in one place.
I heard once there was a kid who left for good. So how did you get here anyway?
Is there some reason you're interested in the outside world?
Yeah. I want to be strong one day. Like that kid who left. He went to the outside world. I bet he's really strong now. I know it's out there somewhere. The strength that I need.
Strength for what?
To protect the things that matter. You know, like my friends.
Outside this tiny world is a much bigger one. In your hand, take this key. So long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be, and you will find me, friend. No ocean will contain you then. No more borders around or below or above, so long as you champion the ones you love.
Riku! Come on, hurry it up!
You gotta keep this a secret, okay? Otherwise all the magic will wear off.
Hey, what was that all about? You know. Know what? Why won't you tell me? Who was that guy? Somebody you know? Maybe. Oh, there you go again. Just tell me. I really can't. I've got to keep it a secret. Not with me, you don't. I'm like the best secret keeper in the world. Nice try. Oh, Riku.
Protect the things that matter. Right. My friends matter to me too. So, I still have things that I have to protect.
Oh, I do love that cutscene so much. It's so adorable. But we're not through with the cutscenes just
That
yet.
light. Is it Ben?
Master Terra, find me. We must speak at once.
Master Xehanort.
So yes, Master Xehanort says, "Oh, Terra, we must speak at once." That's my really god awful Master Xehanort impression. But yeah, I love that Terra visits Destiny Islands, and ultimately all of our party members are going to visit Destiny Islands at some point during their story, and they're always really lovely cutscenes. Well, really poignant cutscenes, shall I say. They're not necessarily all lovely, but it's a nice touch, and also it's really nice to see Sora and Riku when they were really little. So, since Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep takes place 10 years before the original, that would make Sora about 4 and Terra? Riku about 5, I think. So they are super duper young and super duper cute and adorable there, and I love it. Wouldn't necessarily let a 4 and 5-year-old be alone on an island, by themselves, but hey, clearly they are very trusting parents. I mean, after all, Sora's mother didn't really chase after her son, or even seemed to majorly worry about where he'd gone. But there we go. Anyway, before we go deal with the very urgent plot stuff that is waiting for us, which is effectively going to lead us straight to the end game, I want to do a world tour to pick up all the things that we haven't picked up yet. So, in pretty much every world, that's a sticker or two. Because, yeah, you would have thought that perhaps it'd be far too long before we could get them, but, I mean, this is right at the end of the game, and we're only just able to get these things now. Although I have to say, it was at this moment where I was going, wait, where's the final sticker in this area? Because I was so incredibly confused, because I thought I had managed to get them all, but clearly not. But yes, basically what we're going to be doing for this part, and it's going to be the same in every single story throughout the game, I am going to, as soon as we get past sort of the initial cutscene stuff that happens immediately after Neverland, we're going to go on this world tour of the world to pick up all the stickers that are left, because for Terra, definitely we can't really get most of them until, you know, we've got Sonic Impact and we deal with that. With Aqua, there's a move that you definitely do not get until you get to the end of Neverland. Then it's possible to get everything before Neverland, but Neverland will give you what you need to be able to get everything much easier in a much easier fashion. That makes no sense right now, but it will make sense. Also, I'm getting some pretty awesome moves right now, and I'll definitely take them. They're pretty epic and powerful, but they are going to be a little bit of a challenge to make use of, because a lot of them are those double slot type moves, and generally whenever you get those, they're a little bit terrifying, because you're just like, but then I don't have as many slots to deal with, so I would say most people would probably recommend that you have generally one double move in your arsenal and the rest of them are single moves. It just makes it a lot simpler in the grand scheme of things. And oh yes, this is the sticker that I missed. So I was really daft at the end of the last part, because obviously I went straight into the battle after I've gotten to the other side, and that was awesome. And ooh, I am liking Chaos Blade. Basically, the delight of Sonic Blade, but we teleport. And also we've got the kind of, I think it's 4th tier of Terra's finishers, Dark Star, which will be quite awesome if I can show it off at some point. There is a Dark Star 2, and then there's Terra's big ultimate final one. But yeah, the sticker that I was missing was just out here. Yes it is, and also all the prize pods, because of course this is where the prize pods are. And they're giving some nice golden jam. I'm liking this. And some dancing lemon. Oh, they're giving it all sorts. Whipped cream as well. These are the prize pods that keep on giving. Apart from, you know, when I fall off and land right back by the boat. But that's fine. That pretty much sorts us out for the delight that is Neverland. So let's just make sure that that is indeed the case. It is indeed, and then our next stop will be Olympus Coliseum. As you can see, I am missing out quite a lot of commands, which is it's a shame, but I didn't do a very good job with Terra. And to be honest, I don't do a particularly good job with Ven either. However, I'm going to rectify it all with Aqua, for the most part. But that does make sense, because I much prefer playing as Aqua. And in general, I think that Aqua's pretty much the best character in the game. And it's just that, the magic. Like, magic in Kingdom Hearts, I remember in the original Kingdom Hearts, it didn't feel like the most awesome thing in the world. Although it did come in really handy when it came to the likes of Sephiroth and the optional bosses, because using Aroga gave you that full-on defense, which, like, really was wonderful to be able to pull off.
Let's go.
Then, obviously, you came to Kingdom Hearts 2, and magic was definitely much improved, because it was a lot more flexible. There were more moves that proved to be really helpful, like they introduced magnets and all that jazz. And then I think that they then got to this command style, and it's just so fluid. It's easily one of my favourite combat systems in the franchise. Like, I really do like the Kingdom Hearts 2 style of moves and combat, but I do feel that they made a very good choice with this one, and there's a reason why they ended up sticking with it for pretty much every single side game in the series from around this point on, because it's in Birth by Sleep, it's in 358 over 2 days, it's in Recoded, it's in Dream Drop Distance, and it's amazing and I love it. Yeah, that pretty much does Olympus Coliseum. So the next stop on our world tour is Radiant Gardens. And it does always slightly depress me that, you know, we were only able to get one in here when there's two littered about. I believe one of them is in the fountain area, because it's the one that we kind of have to slide off for. The other one, not quite so sure about, and yeah, we're definitely going with the Ends of the Earth as our Keyblade, because, I mean, why the hell would you not? It's like Terra's best. But yes, so we pop up here, and there's the lighter. Would have been able to get it a little bit sooner had, you know, I had like high jump at this point, but obviously you don't, so couldn't do it. But now that we have high jump and sonic impact, the Dale sticker is so much easier to pick up. So much easier. And then I believe that our final sticker is located in the area where you've got the bit that goes down to where we fought Braig. I believe it was up against the back gate. And, I think we might be trying that out. That is an unversed challenge which can either go really well or really badly. And for Terra, it's gonna go quite badly, I feel. Because, as you can probably guess, I don't really have the best move set up to deal with it. And also, in general, I would say that Terra's versions of all the inverse challenges are more difficult, because, as you will have noticed, his movement abilities are markedly less than any of the other characters, and that really does hamper him a lot, especially when you're trying to take on some of the more difficult fights in the game. It's why, for the most part, I would say that Terra's story is arguably the most difficult. Hilariously, I think it's the one that I died the least in, which is kind of weird when you think about it, but it's just Terra's movement. Always has been, always will be, but there's not much I can do about that one. And the question is, am I going to go for the inverse challenge? No. I think I might have already tried it out when we were here last. Anyway, we are done with the Radiant Gardens. Got 2 more stickers, which I'm going to successfully place in. And it's going to be delightful. And I believe it's just... oh, so... where the heck did I miss a sticker in the mysterious tower? What? Oh, I'm going to have to rectify that immediately, aren't I? And I still haven't figured out hide unusable. I will get there. Eventually. It's pretty much my, my thing. It'll happen eventually. Yeah. It's what tends to happen when you just end up sitting down just going, yeah, what do I want to do with everything? And it's just like, well, I want to do this, 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 and this, and this. And then you're just like, oh, that's a lot of stuff. I'll get to it eventually. It's like my list of books and films to watch. I'll just say, I'll add it to the list, knowing full well that I don't think I will ever get to the end of that list. And I've probably forgotten most of the things that I've put on the list. So, yeah, it swings and roundabouts. Which is really bad. I should get better at that and actually, when I say I'm adding it to the list, actually add it to the list so that I can remember these things, so that I know when I don't have a backlog of other things I can actually start looking into those. I mean, really, there will technically always be a backlog, no matter where you go in terms of consuming media, because you physically cannot consume everything ever created. It's not possible. So what you end up having to do is just your best at dealing with things, really. So you consume what you can consume if you want to consume it. And I know that I would very much like to clear out my gaming backlog that I have, because I've had that for many years, and I want to be able to experience new things. I mean, I do anyway, but I like to just be able to sit on my thing and just go, yes, I don't own any games that I've never finished, because that always makes me feel a little bit depressed, because I'm just like, well, I just completely wasted my money on that because I haven't done anything with it. I mean, it's like, I've got Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE that I got and I was really excited about getting and wanted to play, and then other things appeared and I just never got round to it, and it's still sitting waiting to be played. And I feel really bad about that. And you've got things like Final Fantasy X-2 that I've got, which I've never beaten. Well, not really properly played, and I was like, well, I'll wait until I've beaten Final Fantasy X, which I got most of the way through and then ended up stopping because I got to a difficult boss and couldn't be bothered. Because I ended up then wanting to grind to get a specific move, but I was way too far away from getting it on the sphere grid, and yeah, that was a movement killer. And then there's a few others as well. Some of them are just bolts to the wall hard, like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Like, my god. You try and do any of the Master Cups and they're a nightmare. And Mario Strikers Charged Football, which the AI just cheats like there is no tomorrow, like the absolute asshole that it is. So we'll see whether we ever actually manage to beat them. Story mode of Tekken 6, which I never actually ended up beating. And that's just because that was difficult and cheap. And then there's a few others which, I mean, I'd class as never having finished. Primarily Kingdom Hearts 1, and Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance in the KH 1.5 plus 2.5 and 0.2 Final Chapter Prologue collections, but I have already beaten those games before in their original format. I will eventually, you know, go back through and play them in that mode, because I don't like having things that I own that I've not used. It's why I generally try to keep my DVD Blu-ray backlog down as well, although that's got quite a few things in it at the minute as well. I blame Netflix. It's just so much easier to just put a film on Netflix than it is to, you know, do the Blu-ray player and so on and so forth. I've gotten really lazy, you might have noticed. It's really bad. Like, you'd think that the whole thing of like it's the collector in me. I like to collect Blu-rays and games and watch them and enjoy them, and then the moments when I don't, it's just like I feel like I failed my collection, and it's really embarrassing. I mean, it's like when I had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Sonic Heroes sitting in my backlog for many years, because I'd just had bad moments with them in my youth where I'd just gotten stuck and couldn't be bothered to take them on anymore. And that was always a bit of an embarrassment, because then whenever I was doing Sonic commentaries, I was just like, oh my god, I feel like a fraud. Now, however, I really don't feel like a fraud, because, like, seriously, I have beaten every Sonic game that I own. That does just mean then I can get away with not having beaten like the classics, because it's just like, well, I don't own them, so I don't have to have beaten them. It's a brilliant loophole. Part of me feels like eventually I should play through the classics, but I'll add them to the list. Oh dear. But yes, this is pretty much taking us to the end of this world tour, because we've gotten all the stickers now that we can do. There's still some stickers remaining, but we physically cannot get them until we go to the final world of the game. So that works out quite nicely, actually, because it means that then we'll round everything off in that final story. And I know there are some more enemies around here. I want to see if I can get Peter to full level up by the end of this. Can I? It's not looking likely. But oh well, that's fine. I'll probably murder these guys just because we're quite close to a level up. And really, I do want to be around level 40 or so for the final boss, so it makes sense. I think we do still have a relatively large amount of levelling up to do. We'll see more once this all goes down and, you know, I actually level up, although that might not be in the Enchanted Dominion anymore. Guys, I would have, you know, liked to use it on an enemy that wasn't just a complete waste, but oh well. Oh, there we go! Fully levelled up Peter, and Peter Pan becomes Tinkerbell! Although I now don't have anything to use Tinkerbell on. Why is this always the way? Like, seriously. Happened with Stitch, happened with Peter Pan. Still haven't used Stitch's fully levelled up D-Link either, which is ridiculous. Bloody hell. Anyway, with that, we've picked up all the stickers that we possibly can do. I have really not placed them very well, but don't worry, I will be fixing that. As you can see, all the chests so far. I think the only thing left to do really is just maybe shift up our decks a little bit. Add in a few moves that we haven't made use of yet, slash, you know, need levelling up so that I can maybe do some other things with them. Ooh, what's this going to turn out to? Ooh, oh, Dark Haze. We've had that before. It's not as exciting, but I will take it because it means we can get more abilities, and more abilities always a good thing. Particularly for the ones that stack. I like those ones. But yes, with this hopefully last bunch of faffing about, it's time to move onward. But you know, before we go do that very important thing that Master Xehanort wants to talk to us about, you know, we're going to do a little sam. We're going to go to the command board. Aren't you excited? Because yes, we've got the skull board, and then we've got another one after that. I don't know whether we're going to do them one after the other or what, but be prepared for more command board, and then, you know, we'll actually continue with the story, which is obviously ramping up right now, and it's going to be very climactic, but clearly we needed to break that build up and tension with the trips to the command board, so let's go.